Kautilyaya Namo Namaha. We have been discussing about offences, punishments to various officers. We have done the subject with the jailers, and for violating women also it is done. That is for the jailer, for violating women prisoners, and the punishments, etc. The list is already read out. It is done. The prisoner should be executed on the spot. It is explained very well. And now, offences and punishments for examiner of coins. In fact, this now these current notes have come. Currency has come. Paper currency has come. But ancient days, actually, they had metallic value also, because the 1 rupee mean, that is rupee word has come, rupiam, rupiakam. That is a Sanskrit word only. Even today, the rupee is followed by our Indian government. Rupia means actually, rupia means silver, in fact. So the coins were made with silver only, but the thing is, total silver, if it is, it easily bends. Silver and gold, copper is, strong, but silver and gold, they are so soft metals. If we take pure gold, it melts like anything, and if you just press it, then it automatically it will be easily pressed. That is the nature of pure gold, and similarly with pure silver also. That is the reason some other metal alloy, they say, some other metal should be mixed with that. That is the reason, however, pure the gold might be like 24 carats or anything. Even if you give biscuit gold also, then again immediately they have to mix a proportion of copper. Otherwise, it won't sustain at all. Similarly, to mint the coins, panas we told, So the mint the coins, there is that proportion also he has given somewhere. So 11 mashas of same masha word is there. Masa we say here. So 11 mashas, 16 masas. 16 masas is one tula. It is called those days. 16 మాసాలు. ఇప్పుడేమో లైక్ 10 grams కింద వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు. 10 grams and 12 grams it is. So 16 mashas. Tula means what? Actually, that is again Vyavahara, that is a Tolanam, that is okay. So 11 mashas of gold plus other different metals, 5 mashas. Altogether 16 mashas, one coin. So that is called, that is panas, etc. They say panas might be smaller ones or the same. We don't have, because one book Sarkar by Sarkar, it is a Indian coins. It is there. That is Ashokan time coins only available, not Kautilyan time coins. So historically, so one can do research or they can find out it also. And now, the examiner of coins plays an important role, because already we have studied, this is, when Koshthaga, Rajyaksha, etc., all genuine products only should be received. For counterfeit things, there is a punishment, etc. We have already taken note earlier. Now he says, the examiner of coins should allow the coins into treasury after testing them. So whatever, now that is the reason now also when the notes we take to the bank, they check it. They check it, then only they take. Otherwise, fake notes, etc., they are not supposed. Similarly, the coins also, there will be some royal seal. Their chihna will be there. No, always when we talk about Kakatiya's coins, so there will be their emblem, as we have our Ashoka Chakra, etc., and our coins and notes. Similarly, there used to be the state symbol. So, after testing its genuineness, whether they are counterfeit or not, After testing, then only the examiner appoints. He is actually, um, that is Tankashala, they say mint. So then only his term is also there. Just wait. Wait. I, Rupa Darshakaha. I told you, Rupa means rupee. So Rupa Darshakaha, Panayatram, Vyabaharikim, Kosha Pravishyam, Chasthapayet. Panchavimshati Panamachiyam cha Anyatra Kartru Ketru Kretru etc. Shloka is given. That's a sutra is given. So he should not allow the counterfeit coins. Here he has to take care of the manufacture, purchase, sale, and examination should be carried out in the fixed place. Otherwise, the fine is 25 panas. Here, all these minting, manufacture means mint compound, we say no here. So, minting the coins and taking the coins and also sale and exam, purchasing the coins and also selling the coins. That means giving and taking the coins uh, and also the examination. It should be carried out in the fixed place. All should be done. That means the currency release, coins giving and taking whenever, because when we go to bank we give something and then we take the our money. So similarly those days also, when we take from the, it is not exactly bank but koshadhyaksha is there. Koshadhyaksha is a term. So koshagara will be there. From that, that is all that centralized way, decentralized way, that money will be flown into the market. Therefore, the manufacture, the purchase, sale, because when these people take the products, that means, for example, agriculture is there. Agricultural produce will be supplied to the royal, what we say, godown. Then automatically the coins, its value will be paid by them. House sale purchase means that will be paid by the same royal authorities. So with that, he will again take that, he uses the coins for his daily routine to purchase other items because he is producing only rice. What about oils? What about salts? What about pulses, etc.? So that is this way, sale purchase means, it means to say that when somebody comes with the coins to purchase something from the godowns, similarly, when they come and sell their products, all this, the coins, whatever are there, that should be properly examined by the superintendent they use for the adjaksha, by the superintendent of coins. And it should be, it should have a particular place. Otherwise, that is the reason. Now also, what they do, they print counterfeit notes, but it's very difficult. What they do actually, we know this through news only. What they do, somehow they see that these notes will enter the bank, because in the marketplace also they send, but if it goes to the bank bulky, in bulk, that can be floated into the society. That is there. Therefore, here they say the minting should be done in one place. That means coins of sale, purchase, whatever is there, a centralized place should be there. If at all that license is given to all, like preparing oils, etc., then the problem comes. Therefore, they say, if at all it is carried out and the supervisor or whoever is in charge for that, the fine is 25 panas. The examiner of coins should reject the coins unworthy and fit to be rejected and allow the genuine coins. And for circulation, for not doing so, the fine is 12 panas. What he has to do, first of all, he should test the coins. And even if small thing is there, when we have seen a small, like, when we were using coins, some mark is there, something crushed or something uneven, etc. Then they used to, that means those coins were rejected in the market. It is there. అందుచేతనే మనకి చాలా పాత ఉన్నప్పుడు అన్ని ఆ 10 పైసల నాణ్యాలు నొక్కుకుపోతే దే డోంట్ టేక్, దే బికమ్ ఇన్వాలిడ్. That is the reason the superintendent of coins should reject. That means without any hesitation, he should simply reject the defective coins. Not only counterfeit ఏమో మరి కూట నాణ్యాలు అంటే తప్పుడుగా తయారు చేసిన నాణ్యాలు అలా కాకుండా డిఫెక్టివ్, లోపభూయిష్టమైన నాణ్యాలు అనమాట. సో డిఫెక్టివ్ కాయిన్స్ ఆర్ టు బి రిజెక్టెడ్, and only the genuine ones are taken, should be taken into the treasury, and they should be sent for the circulation. These defective coins are not at all allowed. They should not be sent into the circulation. For not doing so, if they don't check them properly and the genuineness, then the fine is 12 panas, half of that earlier. The coins should be allowed into the treasury after paying the surcharge. If one takes one mashaka as corruption on a pana, the fine is 12 panas. So, coins should be allowed into the treasury after paying the surcharge. Now actually, one minute. Some allergic thing happened. Here, what they say, surcharge also should be when coins are given into the treasury, then some surcharge also, because surcharge was fixed. Nowadays, this surcharge is for percentage on income tax, it is there. Those days when coins are sent into the treasury, surcharge also was imposed on that. So they have to pay surcharge also. And now, another point what they say, if anybody takes corruption on that, like, one mashaka on a pana, the fine is 12 panas. So now it is clear with this example that one masha on pana. Pana means it is not one mashaka, because mashaka is different and pana is on a pana, one masa they said. Because as I told you, like 16 mashas are the combination. That means the combination of 16 masas will be one pana. Now, according to this, understand. So, if they take one masha as a corruption to allow these things without surcharge, it means to say that surcharge should be paid. If somebody is working with a bank like this, so that means the coins, in charge of coins, if he allows without surcharge by taking one masha on a pana, then 12 panas is fine. I told you, that is the reason pana was there. That means like nowadays rupee's value has gone, but once upon a time, the value of rupee was more. So this is, of course, like almost 2,500 years back. If examiner of coins allows a counterfeit coin to be made or receive or sending it into circulation, the fine is 1,000 panas. This is always stated Uttama Sahasa Dandaha, or the highest fine for violence. For inserting it into the treasury, the punishment is death. Look at these punishments. Actually, now counterfeit currency is coming. It's what we have to say. No, we are not supposed to comment on the system or anywhere, but counterfeit currency is flying in the air, flowing into the society, into the pockets, They are printing. And those who are printing, they are caught or not, we do not know. Whether they are punished or not, we do not know. But according to Kautilyan administration, what he says, if such counterfeit coins are allowed and sent into the society for circulation, then that particular in charge has to pay 1,000 panas, because the superintendent of coins is the responsible person for all that. So if it is allowed, means how they allow, like, now RBI something is, whatever is the highest authority. Now also finance minister. So for doing that, the minting in charge, whatever is there. So that particular superintendent who is totally in charge for all this, if these things are sent into the market, is responsible. That is 1,000 panas, as I told you, highest fine. Now actually all his salary also, his property also will go. And what another thing is, that is for circulation. And he himself inserting into the treasury. As I told you, some people accepting counterfeit notes into the bank. Now, no punishment. Punishments are there. But what type of punishments means, bail, etc., lengthy process. But here, according to Kautilya, if that is proved, the punishment is death only, simple death. Because once this is the currency is the most important thing in the in any kingdom. The money is more important, because uh, Koshapurva Sarvarambhaha, says Kautilya. Everything depends upon the treasury. Whatever business you make, whatever produce you come, you just, you produce to purchase the seeds, the raw materials, etc. You need money. Okay. And to send to someone and transport, etc. Everywhere you have to spend money, 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 money. Dhanamulam idam jagat. Without money, there is nothing. So once the money is, it is, that is, Jains, they say, money is, artha is the prana, the life of human beings. So if one is stealing the money, means they are stealing the life only. Jains, they say in their Jain Darshana. So here, money, without money, there's nothing. So if that money, for example, a person, some 1,000 rupees salary is there, that 1,000 rupees salary, even if a part of it will be, defective or counterfeit, then what he has to do? We have seen so many cases nowadays, in news it comes, and in movies they show, when the counterfeit note in at present, the note is, a person takes to the shop and immediately he will be caught as if he is the guilty person. Actually, guilt is not with him, but he is caught with the fake currency. That's the problem. Therefore, the person who is in charge for this should be punished. Otherwise, anywhere it is very difficult. So this is the Kautilyan administration. That means when large amount is imposed as fine, then automatically, because the entire salary will go in the form of fine, then what will he eat? So due to the fear of the such punishment, they hardly dare to commit such offences. And when death is the punishment, how can they do? Even their family members also won't allow him to do such things. Therefore, punishment should be in accordance with the offense. If the offense is very harmful, it causes loss to the entire society or country, in such cases, punishment should be very strict, no question of any mild punishment or what we say compassion or anything. And then, thus the officer should be punished in accordance with the offenses. Now, in general, now this, as I told you, the one chapter, the offenses, punishments concerning state administration is the first chapter. So it is coming to a conclusion, coming to an end. Of course, two more sessions we need to complete it. In general, I have taken what are the general and what the punishments for officers for various offenses in general. What they are? The officers who are not dutiful and receive the bribe, use the government money and misappropriate it are offenders. Therefore, they are to be punished. This is misappropriation. It has come so many times earlier also and now also in Kautilya's Arthashastra where we are doing other videos. There it is there how they misappropriate because we have discussed audit office recording system how they there are 40 ways of grabbing royal income, etc. All that we have discussed in other videos. That is Arthashastra part 2 videos. We have done that. So that all that here in general, because each chapter, I already mentioned many times in my these lecture that Kautilya's offenses, punishments, not separately discussed. For example, now if we take you take Indian Penal Code, the Constitution makes rules, provisions, etc. And Penal Code tells for such and such offence, this is under this comes under this act, and also for this act, these are the punishments, etc. And a similar case, all this will be there. Kautilya makes this law part of administration beginning with the first chapter itself. If they do like this, if it is done like this, if it is done like this, king should be like this, king should get up, and Amatyas should be like this. If they don't do like that, then this way a to Z throughout the work, offenses and punishment. That means our day, this is called Niyamavali. Our day begins with a rule and followed by punishment if we don't do that. And our elders used to warn us, it incurs sin. Actually, this also in the first video of Chanakya's law, Kautilyan law, I have discussed. That is an introductory video. If you see, all this is discussed because Dharma Shastras, Dharma Shastras and Dharma Sutras, they mostly they say Papa and Prayaschitta. This is Prayaschitta will be there. So whatever it is, whatever offense is done, only offense, aparadha danda is discussed in Dharma Shastras under Raja Dharma. It is different, Raja Dharma. That is royal duty. That is the king's duty, which comes under the jurisdiction of king, because he is the supreme justice. But otherwise, what they do, the small things, insulting seniors, etc. But actually, insulting the seniors and actually so sensitively, Kautilya tells that if a person touches below the nabhi, there is a punishment for that. If somebody throws dirt, ashes, or mud on the person, then there is a punishment. Fines, that means punishment means that the fines are imposed for all such minor offenses also. But in traditional, particularly Dharma Shastras and Dharma Sutras, and similarly in our traditions now, they say, no, 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 you are not supposed to do like that. You will incur sin. నీకు పాపం వస్తుంది, నువ్వు అలా చేయకూడదు. ఈ పాపానికి ప్రాయశ్చిత్తం చేసుకోవాలి. ఏదో చేయడము, అట్లా చేసింది తప్పు, దానికి ప్రాయశ్చిత్తం చేసుకోవడము, ప్రాయశ్చిత్తం ఈజ్ ద రెమెడీ అని చెప్తున్నారు. కౌటిల్యుడి దానిలో పాపము ప్రాయశ్చిత్తము అనే వర్డ్స్ కనపడవు. దిస్ ఈజ్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. హియర్ పాపము ప్రాయశ్చిత్తము పూజ యజ్ఞము యాగం ఇలాంటివి కాదు ఇక్కడ. డైరెక్ట్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్. నౌ యూ కెనాట్ రియల్లీ అప్లై టు this particular this religion rule, that religion rule, this is Hindutva rule, this is Islam rule, this is Christian rule. The rule is common to all the citizens. That's all. Aparadha is aparadha, danda is danda. So what people say, single nation, single law, and all are equal before law. This is the system we will find only in Arthashastra, Kautilya's Arthashastra. Otherwise, Dharma Shastras, they tell this is Papa, Bruna Hatya is Papa, and Guru Talpaga, it is a Papa. Here nothing doing, no Papa, no Prayaschitta. This is okay. This is a spiritual things. But here spiritual is later on. But first of all, whatever is practical, vyavaharika. So these are worldly affairs. So immediately they are to be checked. So for the social well-being, these offenders should be punished according to their offenses. As far as the this in all the departments, the punishment for officers, for subordinates and servants is 1 pana, 2 panas, and 4 panas, respectively. In case of offense committing for first time, for committing the offense repeatedly, the punishment should be the initial, middle, highest fines for violence, and the execution is final. Because aparadha, sakrut, once it is done, small amount, and at times like even now warning will be enough. But once is by mistake. But if it is done repeatedly, then it is offense. So depending upon the number of times if he repeats, the fines also will be increased. That what they said, I already told you, 48 to 96 panas, first fine, that is, Purva Sahasa Dandaha, lowest fine for violence. And then Madhyama Sahasa Dandaha, that is 200 to 500, that is Madhyama Sahasa, middle fine for violence. Violence is called Sahasa. And then third one is Uttama Sahasa Dandaha, highest fine for violence. So it will be done. And last, final, that means the largest punishment is death, execution, death. The officers are responsible persons to look after the state affairs. If they neglect their duties or misappropriate the royal money, they should be punished. Here are some of the punishments for officers who commit offenses. This after giving the general statement, I have given the list. For stealing an article of high value or a gem from mines or factories, the punishment is simple death. మరి మనకేమైందో మనకే తెలియదు. మన కోహినూరు వజ్రాన్ని తీసుకెళ్లిపోయారు జనాలు, అది మనకు తెలిసిందే. సో యాక్చువల్లీ దట్ ఈస్ taking away the gems from the treasury, that is death is the punishment. This is already Kosha Pravesha, that is Kosha Chacha, etc. This already mentioned, because precious gems will be there. And once I just when I was discussing the topic, I told you in many temples also, ఇది మనం ఇంటి దొంగని ఈశ్వరుడైన పట్టలేడు అంటారు. అండ్ అనదర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఈస్ ఏదో రామరాజ్యంలో ఏదో కథలు, ఏదో కుక్క వచ్చి కుక్కని గురించి ఒక స్టోరీ ఉంది కదా. కుక్క వస్తే అతన్ని కొట్టితే ఏం పనిష్మెంట్ ఇవ్వాలి అంటే గుళ్ళో పురోహితుడిగా నియమించమని చెప్తుంది అని ఒక స్టోరీ చిన్నప్పుడు చదువుకున్నాం. దీనిలో వచ్చింది. అంటే ఏంటి అంటే పౌరోహిత్యం నిజంగా కూడా మీరు సీరియస్ గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఆ పౌరోహిత్యం చేసే వాళ్ళు జెన్యూన్ గా పవిత్రంగా ఉంటే వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ బాగుంటుంది. నేను ఐ అబ్జర్వ్డ్ వెరీ క్లోజ్లీ. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్. తెలుగులోనే చెబుతున్నాను బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో కూడా ద సేమ్ థింగ్ ఐ రిపీట్. ఇఫ్ యు అబ్జర్వ్ those who are really dealing with Paurohitya, how far their families are prospering, that you observe. Those who are loyal, their families will flourish. They will get prosperity. Otherwise, if you look at so many people who steal the oil and etc., and devamanyas, like whatever lands are given, etc., if they misuse, then automatically defective children are known and their families faced with the tragedies, etc. I am telling, whether people believe in God or not, it is immaterial. But such karmas immediately they yield the fruits. This I am telling. So that is the reason stealing the money from anywhere, not only temples, that is not the proper action. Somebody they steal even even today also. Corrupt officers, I am telling, corrupt officers, families, people think that Array is earning so much, he is earning all that by corruption, and he has got so many plots, etc. But you are observing one day or other he'll be caught. And another thing, in such families, the children becomes villains only. The children become useless fellows and also anti-social elements. And what to do with the money when there is no peace in the family at all? When all these people they commit all wrong things and they will spend their time in jail. What to do with this uh, corrupt money and all that? And no good health will be there, no mental peace will be there. This is the thing. This is really automatically time punishes them. Time only, that is destiny punishes them. So that way one should be very careful. So Ratna, gems, why I have taken the example of temple means actually now God only is the Sakshi for everything. What is happening to the precious ornaments in the temples, God only, you only should know. All people with blind, with the devotion, why should I say blind devotion, but with the devotion, thinking that all those golden crowns, etc., hardly how many people can earn. And I don't know when they are offering golden crowns or anything, whether income tax, the things are checked or not. All these are the questions left to the society only. How they are able to give such a large amount, and whether they are really paying properly income tax or not. All this, it is none of our business. But when they are with devotion, donating, every day we see so many crores one devotee has given some, and of course, currency bundles by unknown people, and the diamond studded crown is given, the golden this necklace is given. But one fine night, one fine morning, I'm not supposed to say, one fine night, the dacoits or somebody will come because they know that they get the clues again from the inner people only. These are the gold, these are the jewels, these are the golden ornaments devoted, donated to goddess, etc., monk, temple, etc. All the stories. So automatically, the very next day they come and take out the ornaments. Gone. Later on, what happens? And the inner people only, if the priest, etc., they also shake the hand with them. We do not know. So that is the reason the punishments were very, very severe in those days. For stealing an article of low value and ornament, the lowest fine for violence. Now he says, for stealing a king's commodity means government commodity, in their original places, the fines are. Now, original places means when it is done, like some articles are kept and manufacturing units will be there. From the manufacturing units, if some article without anybody's knowledge, if it is stolen, then the punishment they are laying down. Because this we see wherever this manufacturing means, because there are examples. Actually, companies also, some beautiful, very valuable metals, etc., will be used. Sometimes in certain um, productions, gold wires, etc., also will be used. Even a small piece is more enough those days. Now, of course, we need not talk about it. So that what they do, they while doing the work, they can hath ki safai antaru. They will steal them. For doing that way, in the original places where the work is carried out, మామూలుగా ఇప్పుడు రాజులు మన గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫీస్కి అవసరమైనవి అవి చేయిస్తూ ఉంటారు. మేబీ మేడ్ ఆఫ్ గోల్డ్ ఆర్ సిల్వర్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్ అక్కడ అలా తీసుకుంటారు. అప్ టు 1/4 ఆఫ్ పణా ఇన్ వాల్యూ 12 పణాస్ ఫైన్. ఫర్ స్టీలింగ్ ఏమంటున్నాడు? ఫర్ స్టీలింగ్ actually that is value is 1/4, but fine is 12 panas. Even a small one, it is taken, the fine is double. Similarly, half pana, 24 panas fine. Up to 3, 4, because stealing is an offense. So up to 1 pana value, 48 panas. So like this, and up to 10 panas, and above that, the punishment is death. 10 panas item also from the manufacturing areas. What they are saying, for stealing an article of low value and ornament, the lowest fine. For stealing king's commodity in their original places, the fines are. Because original places means actually that commodities will be very original and genuine. And then punishment for misappropriation is there, and forest produce, etc. This we'll discuss next session. Okay. And the next session, I think, yeah, 2 more sessions or 1 session, it will be over. Only enlisting only. Later on, what is to be done, I have to think over. Now, this is now on that.